not going to say names of gangs and stuff, but
we're talking about a military operation in the documents who are planning to kill their own units, their own soldiers, a lot of them.
The CCP purges a lot of people, you know. If one of their leaders is not, you know, corrupt or whatever, you know, boom, they get sent away, you know. That's it, you know. I hear about these people anymore, you know. So you constantly have like a house cleaning going on, you know, where somebody's turning against you, and then bye-bye, you know. Even if they just hint at it, or if they don't agree with your doctrine or whatever, then they're outcast, you know. So you know, that's the way they keep their power and avoid diluting it, you know. Everybody is on the same channel, you know. And if they're not, then they're sent away, you know, or killed, or you know, assassinate, whatever, you know. So still, it's like a sport, you know. I always like to say that it's the rich man's sport, you know, to rule the world, you know.
Well, I think number one crime is to have that inequality, rich and poor. Once we get rid of this, then we don't need government, police, or anything. Everything is gonna be cool down.
The world operates today as like the strong survive, you know. The strong survive. You've heard that.
That's why people get crazy.
Right. But there are people that are not strong, you know, and they have the right to survive too, you know.
Their strength is in different areas.
In different areas, right?
But not like, for example, not on the grid, for example.
Right.
But their strength has their maybe in some other areas doesn't count as money. Even like famous painters, you know, in their daytime, in their own, you know, art, couldn't get any money. But after they're dead, boom.
Well, a famous case, Vincent van Gogh, you know, his brother had to keep sending him paint and canvases and everything. Yeah, he didn't have anything. He was ended up in the asylum painting, you know, painted pictures. Some of the most beautiful pictures in the world, you know. During his time, you know, he just enjoyed painting. He didn't think about, you know, maybe he thought about selling something or other, you know, to get materials or something. But his mind was not in, you know,
making money, huh?
At the time, I'm sure that he projected himself, you know, into the future, you know, by thought, thinking that he would affect the world positively with his paintings, you know, and that he was right, you know.
He could easily make something to make money from his skills.
I don't think that was his major concern.
See,
you know? That was not.
There are some live streamers today, same way.
Right.
They're focusing on making the big thing, you know, big whatever, name, money, investing.
Invest your energy in something constructive, you know, that will benefit everyone, you know, not just yourself, you know.
No, some guys never do anything except for its big event, like big action, whatever. They months, weeks, they don't do nothing.
They have visions of grandeur, glory.
Grandeur. So they wait for that.
They want their name to be written down in history, you know. But when you look at history, it all disappears in the sands of time, you know. History is nothing, man, anymore, you know. I don't like history, you know. I like to think of myself as divining the future, not rehashing history, you know. History has so many things that you can't even, you know, reproduce, you know, because you don't even really know what went on there. You know,
exactly.
You're taking a word of someone who wrote it down or took a picture or something like that. Okay, a picture tells you, what, 10,000 words, but it doesn't tell you everything, you know?
Exactly.
A picture doesn't tell you everything.
May mislead you too.
Or history books and things, you know, they're all slanted. Who knows to what purpose, you know? Whoever writes the books, you know, it's like a false instrument, you know. Whoever. What I
mean is same like Van Gogh. Like some live streamers don't do nothing. Like Van Gogh, you said he did this like non-stop and he ended up in an asylum. means he didn't make nothing. He did it just for his, his art.
Well, I think Van Gogh later on ate his paint. So that might have contributed to his mental condition. He actually ate his paint.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Lives, human life is such a mysterious thing. You wonder why people do what they do.
Yeah. In the meantime, other guys in his time, maybe with his half skills, made commercial, like business, conform business paintings and sold them a lot.
Right. Or they worked for the royal court or something, and they were highly paid,
for career.
For making portraits of their royalty there.
Yeah, probably didn't have even half skill.
Yeah, well, Van Gogh had a mind of his own.
So there are some live streamers like that today.
Good.
They don't do nothing like Van Gogh. They do only like special event.
Expose, man.
Expose, yeah.
I really support that.
Yeah.
I'm a musician. Okay, I've been playing music all my life. My dad was a musician. It never came to anything. I never made it, anything like that. But I always had the enjoyment of doing it, playing in the street or something like that, I did it for me, what I mean? I did it.
Like Van Gogh?
Exactly, yeah. Like I did it because I wanted to do it.
Right.
Not for money or anything like that. It was just, it was a passion.
You didn't commodize your own art, your own life. Commodize. How do you call this? Commercialize.
Promote.
Commodity.
Commercialize. Sell it, stuff like that. No.
You didn't focus on selling.
Well, early on I tried, but
then
I
you
never
gave
really
up.
had any success at it. So I just did it myself. When you think about it, you got to do something, right? Or else you'd be bored. What are you gonna do? Do something you love. Do something you love.
Okay, very good. What's going on? Obama? Like I saw.
Yeah. Cut the shit.
Cut the shit. Yeah, I'm getting this windy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nice cool breeze.
But it's too windy because you have a jacket, I don't.
The shirt? I got an extra shirt.
You have extra shirt?
Yeah. I don't know, it might be bigger.
Maybe I can put on my shoulders at least, right?
Pull it right over, man.
Yeah.
Pull it over.
Thank you. Like that?
No, wear it. Wear it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'll hold this for you.
I thought you're homeless. How do you keep stuff like this?
Hey, around. Midnight Express.
You like Midnight Express?
Midnight Express, that's where you get the clothes over there by Hunter College.
Really?
Yeah.
Midnight Express by Hunter College.
Yeah.
Is it downtown?
Saturday night, midnight.
Is it like church?
Nah, it's a box of clothes. Everybody gets clothes, whatever you need. That's one thing that we have plenty of. We have services like that give out, clothes and stuff.
Shoes included?
Yeah, and you can get food, and there's a lot of soup kitchens. But the whole thing is that you need the list. You need the list of these places. the streetness, which isn't really available readily, you know. You can go to the 54th Street Kangaroo Court and and get the street list that lists all the soup kitchens and stuff.
So if I lose all of my money, can I survive like this?
Huh? If you lose what?
All of everything I have.
Right.
Can I survive?
Oh yeah, sure. I would say.
Like, I mean, if I lose my phone and everything.
Oh, God forbid.
Huh?
Don't do that.
Then I'm stuck, huh? I'm stuck then.
Yeah. For a while anyway. You won't be stuck for very long. We'll help you.
Thank
Come
you.
to us, we'll help you.
Wow, this is like Jesus.
I gotta sit down.
Yeah.
Take a load off my feet. Look at how beautiful it is tonight.
Yeah.
Beautiful weather.
Do you think this is the moment?
The moment.
Moment.
This is the moment.
This is the moment.
Una